Hey everyone, welcome back if you're new here. I'm thrilled that you decided to join me today to hang out, to chit chat about makeup. Today we're talking about items that are on the cusp of needing to go from my collection for one reason or another. I have culled a little selection of items and we're going to go through each item individually, talk about why they are ready to leave my collection pretty soon and what am I going to do with them in the meantime. That sounds good to you. I hope you'll stick around, like, subscribe, all the YouTube things. Let's get into the video. Like I said in the intro, I culled a collection of products that I feel are needing to leave my collection, and I'm going to give them 6 months. That's the timeline I'm going to give. That's not based on any science or anything like that. It's just based on what I felt like deciding at the time. Some of these might end up leaving my collection sooner than that, but 6 months is the max. I'm not going to let any of these products go longer than 6 months in my collection. They really shouldn't, and I'll explain why. Like I said, we're going to go through each item and we'll talk about why. Let's start with the lip pencils that I have. The lip pencils in here are all from Fit Glow. I have 4 of them. They're pretty old. They have started to break on me when I go to use them, but other than breaking, I really haven't had any other performance issues. They don't have any strange smells or anything, but I've had them long enough that it is time for me to focus on using them this next 6 months, and then they need to leave my collection. I feel like I use these quite a bit. I don't feel like these are neglected in my collection necessarily, but I feel like they do need more focus so that I can get the most out of them before I'm ready to let them go. These pencils, when I originally purchased them, were quite large. They're not your standard size lip pencil. They're not quite as large as the Unearthly ones, but they're getting up there with those ones in size. I have 4 different colors that I purchased. I have Buff, Red, Pink, and Root. I'm going to swatch all the colors out for you here real quick. We'll start with the red one. I will miss this one. This one I may repurchase. I also have Root. See, that one just broke. That's what I mean. They keep breaking, which is a sign that they're drying out. So that's Root. And then we have a Buff. And finally, we have Pink. I also really love this pink. I may repurchase the red and the pink. I don't think I'll replace Root or Buff just because I have other colors that are similar, but just a little bit more nuance to them that I like for my makeup. These are really lovely pencils. There's nothing wrong with them. I don't want them out of my collection because I'm tired of using them. It's just because they're starting to break and I feel like I want to make sure I'm focusing on these. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these items in a basket on top of my vanity, and every time I do my makeup, I'm going to ask myself, can I use a product in here? Or can I use multiple products in here today? Before I go into my other part of my collection to pull something out. I don't want to limit myself so that I can't reach into my collection and enjoy my collection organically. I just want to have them in a place where they're gonna stand out and I'm gonna think about them first. I think what they call that top shelf is the term that people used to use for products like that. These are gonna be my top shelf products for the next 6 months. The next 2 pencil products I have are eyeliners. I have the Vivid Rich NYX Professional Makeup Liner, and this I believe is in Jade. It's giving jade. And I just don't like this format. I actually, in my recent declutter video, got rid of all my other NYX liners. But this one, well, no, not all my others, because I kept the dark green one. I still have that one as well. But this one, this lighter one is metallic, and I'm not a big fan of metallic liners. I prefer a matte liner. I'm not sure if I didn't realize it was metallic when I purchased it, or I don't know. Who knows what I was thinking at the time. because I also know I don't like this format for an eyeliner. I prefer a more stiff formula, which generally comes in a pencil format. This style tends to be a creamier formula, which is not my preference. Other than having shimmer in it, it is a pretty color, and I do want to try to get a little bit more use out of it before I completely just get rid of it. One being it's an eye product, and I can't really pass on eye products to very many people. I have a few people I feel okay giving eye products to, but I feel like I'm just going to end up throwing it away otherwise, and so I would like to get a little bit more use out of it before it goes out of my collection. And this other eyeliner I have is pretty much for the same reason. It's a shimmer, and I really don't wear shimmers. I've had this one for a really long time, probably longer than I would like to admit. This one is a pencil liner. It's not the retractable kind, so it doesn't have that fault going for it. It really is just the color and the fact that it has shimmer throughout it. This is a 100% pure pencil. I really enjoy their pencils, and for that reason, I'll be sad to see it go, but I haven't really used it because of the color, and I want to try to get a little bit more use out of it for the same reason again, because I feel like I can't really pass it along as easily. This one I can at least sharpen and sanitize, unlike the other one, but still, I would still like to get a little more use out of it. Sticking with eye products, next let's talk about the Dracula mascara from Melt Cosmetics. This one I probably should just get rid of, but I'm not ready to. I've only used it maybe a dozen times. It is getting to the point where it really needs to get used up before it expires. Technically, it's already expired because I've opened it a year ago, but I don't use it every day because it's a colorful mascara, and I feel okay with keeping it for a little while longer, but it definitely needs to go in 6 months. I feel like if I didn't put this in here, I might be tempted to continue to use it, and that's why this one's in here, because I really need to cut myself off at 6 months, which means I need to get to using this product, giving it some love. I think I'll probably keep the packaging, but yeah, it will need to go in 6 months. Again, probably should go now, but it's my eyeballs, and I'm gonna keep it for now. All right, let's see what other eye products we have. I have the About Face, what is this one called? I don't have my readers on. The eye gloss. If you saw my collection video last year, I was super excited because on my hand I put the Nabla sticks, which dry down, and then I was able to put this over it, and it didn't smudge on my hands. But when I tried to do that on my eye, even with letting the Nabla sticks dry down, it ended up lifting the Nabla sticks. So I'm not sure what the difference between my eyelids and my hands is, but whatever the difference is, it didn't end up working out that way, and I haven't really found a use for it otherwise, so I'd like to find some use for it in the next 6 months before I get rid of it, but at that point, it will be ready for this one to go in the trash. It's been around for a while. Yeah, this was kind of a disappointing purchase for me, for sure. I thought that it was gonna work. I thought it really did after that video last year. I was so excited, but it never worked, which is why I never filmed it, because I tested it out and I was like, I can't do this on camera. This is a mess. I can't encourage people to try this because... Moving on. Let's see. I think that's everything for the eyes. I might be wrong. We might come across something else. Oh, wait. One more item for the eyes. The Live Tinted Kajal Stick in Legacy. This is a really pretty black Kajal liner, and Kajal liner is supposed to be smudgy, so that's on me that I bought this and then didn't love its staying power. I didn't love that it was so creasy. It is a really beautiful product, and I have some ideas for some looks I want to try with this, but I would love to get some more use out of this before I need to get rid of it. It's been in my collection for over a year. It doesn't smell at all. Like, it has no scent to it. So I'm not afraid that it's going bad necessarily currently, but if I'm not using it up in the next 6 months, I'm probably not going to use it at all. Same as this vinyl, because it's just not a product that really works for me. So we're going to give it a few more months, and we're going to try to make them work. And if they don't, we're going to be ready to let them go in 6 months. Not only am I giving myself another 6 months to play with these products, I'm also giving myself 6 months to prepare to let go of these products as well, I feel like. Let's move on to cheek products. I have this Heat Stroke blush in Toasted from Make Beauty, and I've had this for quite a while again. And the color has just always been a little off on me for my skin tone. I wanted to love it a lot more than I ever really have. And I think I just need to finally admit that to myself and let it go. But I'm giving myself 6 months to say goodbye. Next, I have this Milk Lip and Cheek in Enigma. I really like the color on this. I am concerned about it going off because my other Milk products that I bought at the exact same time, the bronzer and the Sculpt Stick, already went off. This one smells fine, and this one isn't sticky like those. It's so much more smooth, and it's not patchy. The other one's got really patchy. And I do like this color. It's not a preference thing. It's just I have so many cheek products, it gets forgotten, and I don't want to have it go bad on me. So we're gonna make it a focus product in the next 6 months, and then we'll let it go. Next, I have this At Last multi-stick from Ilia. I think At Last is the color name. I think multi-stick is the product. Also a really pretty color that I like. Again, just been in my collection for a while, and I don't want it to go bad on me without getting use. It's a mini, so there wasn't that much product in the first place, and there's not a ton of product left. I just really feel like I can get through this in the next 6 months and be ready to let it go. And then I have this Say High Glow. Is that what it's called? High Glow in Ref Rose, which was a Reformation exclusive, I guess. I didn't get it from Reformation. I got it from Say's website. And I've never really loved this. It's too thick and it's too deep for me. It smells okay, although actually, does it smell okay? Yeah. Yeah, it smells fine. It smells like all the other Say products. Squidgy. See, it's just, it's too deep on my skin tone. I can wear it as a glowy blush topper, and I think that's what I would like to try to use it up as. But when it's in my drawer with all my other highlights, I'm just not reaching for it, which is why it's gonna go up in the top shelf bin. Next product is, and actually the next two products are the very exact same reason. They're too deep for me. They've never really worked out for me, and I always end up grabbing something else that I like better, and I would like to get a little bit of use on these before I get rid of them. I have minis of the Rare Beauty highlighter, the liquid highlighter, in lighter colors that I'm not putting in my top shelf because I do reach for them regularly. But this I would like to use as a glowy blush topper. I originally bought it with the idea that I would use it as a glowy bronzer. This was before they had come out with their own version of a liquid bronzer. But it's too orange for that. But for a cheek topper, well, we might get some use out of it. It's down to here. I gotta hold it up to the light. It's down to like right here already, which doesn't seem like a whole lot of use, but on these highlighters, if you've used these before, and you know that it's not used. It's just not gotten the love I feel like it could get. The next product I got in a mystery box from Melt, and it has just always been too deep for me. I would like to try this product in one of their lighter shades. This is their Afterglow Melt Sex Foil. Oh no, sorry. This is their Sex Foil in Afterglow. And I like the texture of this product and everything, but it's just, again, unfortunately, too deep for my skin tone because I am porcelain fair, as you can see. Well, not porcelain because my skin tone isn't super pink, but I'm very fair. I'm ivory. It's usually what it is in a product. Ew! It's got one of those dry goobers from sitting. That's how long it's been since I've used it. I feel like this would be a really pretty blush topper. I like the color of this one better than the Rare Beauty. I feel like the Rare Beauty is more orange and this has a little bit more pink to it. They're both in the orange family, but this one is a little cooler toned. As far as the orange can get cool toned. It's very, very square in the center of warm tone, but on the cooler side of the warm tone of orange. Okay, went and grabbed a towel, got that wiped off. And we can move on. Next product for cheeks. Do we have any more? Yes. This Rose Ink blush in Heliotrope. This is a really pretty color, and I just don't reach for it for whatever reason. I don't actually even know why I don't end up reaching for this blush, but it is the oldest blush currently in my collection, and I would like to get some love on it before I need to let it go. That's why this one is going on the top shelf. Go ahead and give you a swatch of the Heliotrope right here. It is a really beautiful color and formula, just old, and I want to give it some love before it's time for it to make its way out of the collection. Got a few more cheek products here, I think, or at least one more. I have this contour powder in Sombra from Alima Pure Cosmetics, one of my favorite original like OG products in my collection, but I've had it for a really long time, and even as a powder, it probably needs to go soon. I don't think I really even have that much left in it. I've just gotten new products and it's gotten forgotten about and pushed into the back of my collection, and I want to put it up on that top shelf and give it some love before it's time to go. Give you a little swatch of it here. It's a really pretty, cool contour color. Let me give you a better swatch than that. Look at that color. Oh, it's so soft and smooth too. These Alima Pure powders are so finely milled and really beautiful. Cosmetically elegant, as they say. I would love to give this some more love. I'm sad that it's gotten forgotten about in my collection for so long. That might be the last cheek product. Let's stick with Alima Pure. I have another product. Again, these were my OG products. Almost all of my products before I got back into doing more creative fun looks and getting into more mainstream beauty again were from Alima Pure. I just really love their powders, and I think they stand up to even the newer products I have. They just got pushed back and forgotten about. This is the, ooh, that made a terrible noise on my nail. This is the Satin Matte Foundation in Neutral 1. They have such a beautiful shade range in their collection, especially for being a clean beauty brand. Just touching these products and swatching them out is reminding me how much I love them, which is exactly why I wanted to do this product. Can you see the texture and the blur? It's velvet. I love it. And you might say, I thought you had dry skin, Amy. Why would you love a powder? This does not dry out my skin. Does not make me look 40 years older than I am. It's a great product and I love it. Now, a product that does make me look 40 years older than I am is this Tower 28 Get Set in Palisades Pink. I love Tower 28 as a company, and I have loved a lot of their products. And this, unfortunately, doesn't work for me. It really dries out my skin. But again, I have dry skin, so maybe this is great for people with oily skin. But it's not for me, and it makes me sad because it is actually a bright enough, light enough pink that I could use it under my eyes for brightening. But when I do, it looks like the Crypt Keeper, and that's just not what I'm going for. I'm hoping because it's light enough that I might just be able to use it on other places on my face, maybe like right here, a little on the forehead, get some use out of it. And then in 6 months, I'm just gonna let it go. I could just give this away to somebody, but I love Tower 28 so much. I really want to try to give this 6 more months to see if I can find a way that it works for me before I give it away to somebody. It's not that old, and in 6 months, this one won't go in the trash. This one, if I don't end up finding a use for it, it will go to someone else. So I guess this might be one exception to the rule of it has to go in 6 months. This one has to go in 6 months if I don't end up falling in love with it. The next complexion product I have is this Monica Blender Beauty Blender cover. I don't remember what it's exactly called. It doesn't say on here. This is the color Eins, and I was panning this last year. I almost got down to pan, and I kind of gave up on it because I was missing my other products so much, and I felt tethered to this to get it done. But I would like to get back to it and give it another 6 months, and then this definitely will be ready to go out of my collection in 6 months. Another complexion product is the Exa Jumpstart Smoothing Primer. I actually really enjoy this product. You just don't use very much when you use it, or at least I don't use very much when I use it, and therefore it's been in my collection for quite a long time. I think it's shelf life is 36 months. You rarely see a product other than an eyeshadow palette that has a 36-month shelf life once open, but here you are. I want to get some more use out of this. I have a few other pore blurring primers that I tend to reach for more, and I want to make sure that I'm giving this the love that it needs before it's ready to make its way out. Last three complexion products I have here are the Exa color correctors, which I technically already decluttered one of and brought it back into my collection last year because I wasn't ready to let it go, which is, again, why this 6 months I think is great for me, because I'm giving myself that 6 months to really focus on the products, get some love out of them, and make peace with the fact that they need to get out of my collection, that I've used them, I've given them the love, and that they need to go. I have the green color corrector, the peach color corrector, and the yellow color corrector. Let's see, I'm running out of places to swatch. Let's use my fingers. So we have the green one. The yellow one. These I don't think I would repurchase. I wanted to be a color correcting girly, but I don't think it's my path in life. I'm not a huge complexion girly, period. So I don't know why I thought adding another step to my complexion routine would be for me, but here we are. This is the peach, this is the yellow, and this is the green. Well, actually, I do know why. I was influenced. We're all susceptible to influence, me included. It happens. The product itself is beautiful. It's just not a step that I tend to remember or feel like I need. A couple lip products here. I guess these are complexion products. They're samples, but they're complexion products. These are samples that I've had in my collection for a while that I keep saying I'm going to use and then not using them. So they're going to go in this top shelf and then they're going to go. They're probably obviously not going to make it 6 months. I'm hoping that I'm just going to get them out of my collection like in the next few weeks, honestly. We have the Cali Ray So Blown Clean Blurring Primer with collagen peptides. This sounds right up my alley. I'm hoping I love it and decide I want to purchase a full size of it. But again, I have some blurring products already, blurring primer products already. And bringing another one in just doesn't make sense right now. But I would love to try this. And this might be the replacement product I get when I use up the current ones that I already have. But not anytime soon, for sure. But again, we want to see if we like it even. And then this Westman Atelier Stick Foundation. I just wanted to see if the shade range goes light enough for me in this product. And that literally takes 10 seconds. Should we do it now? Let's use it now. Let's do it now because there's not enough for a full face here. There's no way there's enough for a full face here. Is it light enough? This is Atelier Zero. Not looking promising. Maybe. No, maybe. What's the best place to swatch? Right on the neck. Let's do it on my tattoo because then we can get some coverage too. Okay. That's definitely light enough. The tone is looking pretty good. Oh, the coverage is decent too. Look at that. I'm really not a complexion girly. Not a fan of complexion products and how they feel on my skin. They make me feel claustrophobic. That sounds silly, but that's the only way I know how to explain it. I don't like the feeling of complexion products on my skin. I don't like the feeling of sunscreen on my skin. I wear it anyways. I don't like it. And then adding more layers of that is just not my vibe. But that's decent. Ooh. Okay. This is really pretty. Dang. I like the finish on it too. Not in the market for a complexion product right now. I just really wanted to try it out. Now I've done it, and guess what? First product out of the collection. The drama of it all. Last complexion product we have, and then we'll move on to the few lip products I have in here. The Lawless Glam Guard Longwear Setting Spray. I don't know that I ever loved this product, but I kept saying, I'm going to save that for when I need more long wear. I don't know that it even provides longer wear because I rarely use it. And the way I use my setting sprays, I douse my face in setting spray, as one should if they're wanting to get actual benefit of using setting spray. You really should douse your face. This just isn't a lot of product for the cost. I would rather go with a drugstore spray personally, but I don't want to just have this languish in my collection and end up having to throw it away. I still have over half of this left. I need to use this up. I need to force myself to use it up. Last few products, onto lips. This next product I actually am almost finished with, and I'm hoping I can finish it up in the next 6 months. It's the Westman Atelier Liquid Lip Balm in Nana, one of my absolute favorite colors, one of my favorite lip products in my collection. It's just time for it. I got this as a free gift a couple years ago, and it is definitely time for it to make its way to the trash, but I want to give myself 6 more months to enjoy it before I throw it away. Technically, this is another product that I should probably throw away right now, but I'm not ready. I need to give myself that 6-month buffer, and then I'll let it go. And then I'm going to let it go. I love this product so much. Another product that I love and am sad to be putting in this project is the Sigma Renew Lip Oil. When I first got this product, I was obsessed with it. As you can see, I used a ton of it, and I had to hide it from myself for a little bit, so I would use other products in my collection. But that turned out not being a great idea, because when I went to reach for it again the other day, it's starting to smell a little sus. And I feel like it might not even make 6 months. So similar to the Nana one, isn't it? Do you see that? Texture-wise, it's very similar too. This is a little thicker. This is a little thicker than the Nana one, but they both have that really cushiony feel. A nice slip, not sticky. This one I would say is a little bit more brown, and this one's Nana is a little bit more pink. This is Dip. I don't know if I said that, but I would like to get this fully used up in the next 6 months. That's my goal for both of these, is to use them up 100%. I would love to use both of these up in the next 6 months because they're beautiful products. It's just, they're getting up there. They're getting up there in their years. Unfortunately, makeup products just don't last forever, no matter how much we love them. All right, next I have this Phyto Glow Lip Balm. I actually got rid of all my other Phyto Glow lip balms. I never loved the formula. It's too sticky, way too sticky. But this one had broken open, and I just didn't feel like I wanted to give it away. So I kept it, and it's a pretty color, but I don't reach for it because it's, again, not my favorite product. This is the Phyto Glow Lip Balm in Petal from Naturium. I love Naturium's skincare products and thought that I would love these, but I never really did. Everybody else raved about them, but they are not my favorite. Swatch this one as well. These are all so similar in color. I took the other ones off my hand already, sorry. And I'm ready to use that up. I don't know if I'll use this all the way up, but I'm gonna give myself 6 months to focus on it. 6 months to focus on it, and I'm ready to let it go in 6 months. Kind of forcing myself to keep that one for 6 more months because I feel bad. I feel bad wasting it. I don't know. I want to try to get a little bit more use out of it. Next, I have my Fit Glow Beauty Lip Serum in Luxe. If you saw my declutter, you know that I got rid of a whole bunch of my other Fit Glow lip serums because they got way too old and they needed to go. Because again, beauty products don't last forever. And this one is a little bit newer, but still getting up there in age, and I want to get it some use before it goes. I feel like I'm just saying the same thing over and over again, so I apologize, but I hope you are seeing a little nuance in the reasons why I'm holding on to these different items for 6 more months and or trying to focus on using them up in 6 months. In my head, it makes sense. I'm not sure if I'm communicating it very well. The very last product is product you might be surprised is even still in my collection because I said I was going to get rid of it last year, and I ended up keeping a hold of it because I thought it wasn't working anymore, but then I kind of mixed it up, zhuzhed it up here a little bit, and I think it had just separated a little bit. And then the next time I used it, I did get the plumping effect out of it. So then I kept it, but then I haven't been using it. So why did I keep it? I don't know. Because I'm having a hard time letting go of things again. Why? I'm giving myself this hard fast 6 months. Amy, you got to let it go when the 6-month mark is up. You got to let it go. Cut your losses and let it go. And hopefully this is going to hold me a little accountable, having gone and made this video and shared with you publicly my intention. I hope I can hold myself more accountable for that reason. This is the Milk Makeup Electric Glossy Lip Plumper. This is the clear one. And I like this product. It does kind of have a funky smell to it, but nothing that activates my migraines. I just not the biggest fan of the smell. It doesn't, kind of smells a little spicy in a medicinal way that is a little off-putting to me, honestly. But I would love to finish this up. I really don't think I have that much left in here. I don't know if I can see if I hold it up to the light. Maybe I'll try to mark some of these. I'm not a project planner, but maybe that would be fun to mark some of these and see how much use I can get out of them in the next 6 months. So if I have time, I'll do that. I do have a scale. Maybe I'll just weigh them. Should I do that? Should we weigh these and then weigh them in 6 months and see how much progress we get on them? I'm not going to commit to weighing them every month because, you know, I don't know that I can commit to that. But I could commit to weighing them now and then weighing them in the final check-in in 6 months. If we do any check-ins in between, I'll try to weigh them again, but I'm not making any promises to that effect. And that's it. Those are the products I'd like to get through in the next 6 months and or would like to focus on in the next 6 months. Get some love, get some use, and then be ready to just let it go. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today. I'll see you guys in the next